you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay. And you know where I live. You know what we
Is Long Island ready to fire Kathy Hochul? 10 more days, 1 week and a half left, and we have this incredible opportunity to be able to save our state. You know, listen, we want to be able to say that we live in the greatest state in the greatest country in the history of the world. But then we call up our friends and family in other places like Florida and elsewhere. And then they point out to us, they say, well, doesn't New York lead the entire country in out-migration?
Yeah.
So how can you say that you live in the greatest state in the greatest country in the history of the world? Now, the reason why people are leaving this state is because of a breaking point that is being hit. Attacks on wallets and safety and freedom and the quality of our kids' education. And New Yorkers are looking elsewhere. And they're seeing that their money will go further, they'll feel safer, they'll live life freer. And that's why New York leads the entire nation in population loss. We have an opportunity in 10 days to turn it all around. To turn it all around. So we had a debate a few days ago. I don't know if any of you caught that. And while we were at this debate, there was question after question after question about crime, and that's good, because this is a really important topic to so many New Yorkers. See, we want a government that isn't passing pro-criminal laws. We want district attorneys to actually do their jobs and enforce the law. And we want to back unapologetically our selfless, dedicated men and women in blue. So it's good that they were asking us these questions about rising crime. And I pointed out after a whole bunch of these questions that Kathy Hochul had not yet covered the whole prosecuting the bad guy part of keeping our streets safe. Now you might call that a tip. I was giving her a hint. I was helping her. And her response was that she does not understand why this is so important to me. And when Kathy Hochul says that she doesn't understand why this is so important to me, she's saying that she doesn't understand why this is so important to all of us. When Kathy Hochul says that because of my views, I am no longer a New Yorker, and she demands I get on a bus and I move to Florida, it's actually an attack on millions of other New Yorkers. If you want to be the governor of New York State, you're signing up to be the governor for all New Yorkers. We are not going anywhere. We are staying to fight for our state. We are taking it back in 10 days. And we're going to have a government that we are proud of again. We're going to have a government that you all are in charge of again. You know, we've seen it play out in a few different ways. Kathy Hochul, she was never elected governor. She was elected lieutenant governor, and she's filling the remainder of someone else's term. But she acts like she's, running for a 15th term. It's important to be humble. The reality is, I am the 4th highest ranking person on this stage right now. And in January 1st, when we all head up to Albany as your next governor, Just like I am the 4th highest ranking person in my house here on Long Island, I'll be the 4th highest ranking person in that house up in Albany. It's important to stay grounded. I'm currently serving right now in my 20th year in the Army. I'm outranked by a whole lot of people. A lot of sirs and ma'ams coming out of my mouth at military duty. I am looking out at a crowd of many, many, many thousands of Long Islanders who came out strong. And just to give a hint to the people who are here covering today's event, we started to plan this event yesterday. And for the next 10 days, there is no way that Kathy Hochul will be able to replicate the energy and momentum that we have. We are pushing full steam ahead, not looking back. Losing this race is not an option. I am looking out at many thousands of people who are New Yorkers, your residents, your voters. Kathy Hochul looks at you as her apostle. She's actually said that. When she was imposing her COVID vaccine mandate on healthcare workers, she was pushing it on people and saying that you should take the COVID vaccine and be her apostle. My position is, if you want to get it, get it. And if you don't want to get it, don't get it. But don't do it because you're serving me. There should be no COVID vaccine mandate on anyone at any level, for any reason, anywhere. And everyone who is fired should get their jobs back with back pay. Kathy Hochul was at a New York State Association of Counties meeting, and she referred to herself as the mother of New York's 62 counties. I am able to promise you this. At no point will I ever refer to myself or even think about myself as the father of New York's 62 counties. I promise you. So I was doing an interview a couple weekends back on Maria Bartiromo's show on Fox News, and she asked me what my goals were for the first 100 days. That's a good question. I told her, actually, what I've been thinking about is what can we accomplish in the first 100 minutes? Because we have a state to save. So, what I believe needs to get done as soon as we are sworn into office, we raise our hand, we take an oath, and for our first act, the first day that we are in office, we are going to tell the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg that he is going to be removed for his refusal to enforce the law. Now listen, the next step is doing what Kathy Hochul should do right now, doing what the state legislature should do, but they're not willing to do their job. They're saying that they're not going to come to the table to make the fixes on all these different pro-criminal laws that they've passed. So we are going to force them to come to the table. As soon as we are sworn in the state of New York, we are going to do what Kathy Hochul could do today if she had any courage. We are going to declare a crime emergency here in the state of New York. And when you all go to sleep the night of January 1st, the following pro-criminal laws are going to be suspended in the state of New York. Cashless